your page, number 6 is probably the trickiest. Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to build the determinant A, B, C, D based off of these coefficients. Now, a long time ago, all right, I said that if you divide a number by 2, that's the same as multiplying it by a half. So if you divide a number by 3, that's the same as multiplying that number by a third. If you divide a number by 5, that's the same as multiplying it by a fifth. So what's my coefficient for this one right here? 1 over 4. Ooh, what about this one? It's kind of tricky.
Negative 1 over 6.
Good, negative 1/6. Very good, negative 1/6. Now, understand that this determinant is a little bit trickier to solve, okay? But you guys have graphing calculators, so it won't be that difficult. We're going to take the product of A times D, and we're going to take away the product of B times C. Now, 1/3, everybody, times negative 1/6 is just simply negative 1 over 18 minus. We have 1/5 times 1/4, and 1/5 times 1/4 is 1 over 20. So, right now, I'm not going to worry about changing, making sure we have a common denominator and all that stuff, okay? What I'm going to do is just take this right here, put it in the calculator, ready? Do negative 1 divided by 18 minus 1 divided by 20. Press enter, you're going to get this ridiculous decimal. All right? Hit the math button. Press enter twice. And what does that give you? By the way, that right there is what's going to be in your denominator. Okay? So as we do this problem, all right, I want you to understand we're going to have x is equal to a determinant over negative 19 over 180. And y will equal the determinant of whatever we have here over another negative 19 over 108. That's where we're going to place that. That was the answer to what? That was the answer to the determinant of A, B, C, D. That's what that represents. Right there. That's an ugly arrow. All right. Now, what am I going to do with this 2 and this negative 8? What am I going to do with these guys? Where am I going to put it in this one? Up front. Very good. Where am I going to put this one? There in the back. Okay? So right here, I'm going to take those. I'm going to put a 2 and a negative 8 up front. I'm going to put the 2 and the negative 8 in the back. These are my E and F values. Well, what numbers am I going to have to fill in right here? B and D, very good, which is a what? A 1 over a 5 and a negative 1/6. What goes right here? A and C, very good. 1/3 and 1/4. So once you place those numbers in there carefully and neatly, then and only then, that's when you're going to take the product of the blue and minus the product of the red. Product of the blue minus the product of the red. Now, I know you guys don't listen to like fractions, so I'm going to help you all out. All right? We're going to do 2 times negative 1/6, which is simply negative 2/6, which gets us to a negative 1/3. Minus the product of the red, which is negative, we have 1/5 times a negative 8, which makes that a negative 8/5. So right now in the calculator, go ahead and just type this in exactly as it appears in the calculator. We've got negative 1/3 minus a negative 8 divided by 5. Press enter. Ooh, you get that ugly decimal. Hit the math button, press enter twice, and what do you get? 19 over 15. Okay, so what is that? Where does that 19 over 15 go? you guys to write something out here. But x equals 19 over 15 over a negative 19 over 180. By the way, this will be the answer. If we did this by hand, here's what you could do. You could multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the reciprocal of this. Okay? What's the reciprocal? 180 over negative 19. 180 over negative 19. And look what happens. These cancel out. These cancel out. The 19s cancel out. And essentially we're left with 180 over a negative 15. And what does x equal? Well, okay, there's a negative sign there. So I'm just letting you know that's going to be negative. Okay? Basically, this cancels to a negative 1. All right, so it's going to be a negative in the answer. You're like, I'm not going to be able to do that. That's okay. You can still use the graphing calculator and do 19 divided by 15, close parentheses, divided by, open parentheses, negative 19 divided by 180. As long as you put these in parentheses like this, you can press enter, and you get the same answer. Okay? But parentheses matter. They do. Now, over here, let's do this one right here. What's the product of the blue right here? The product of the blue is a negative 8/3 minus, what's the product of the red? 2 over 4, which is 1 over 2. Put that in the calculator and press enter, then hit the math button and press enter twice. You've got negative 8 divided by 3 minus 1 divided by 2, right? Alright? Hit the math button, press enter twice, you get negative 19 over 6. This right here becomes a negative 19 over 6. We'll put this right here. Negative 19 over 6. So here we go. What's your y equal to? Your y is equal to a negative 19 over 6 divided by negative 19 over 180. If we did this by hand, it actually works out really, really nice and neat. If I multiply things by the reciprocal, all right, which is a 180 over negative 19 and 180 over negative 19. Look what cancels out. These cancel out. These cancel out. What's the only thing that I have left right here? 180 over a what? Over a 6, which gives me a 30. Understand, if we had to do this by graphing, you guys realize how long it would take us to graph this if we had to go to the left 12 units and then up 30 units to find where the point of intersection would be? All right, that's why we're doing this by the using matrices, okay, from Cramers rule. Now, if this right here is confusing to you because you're like, I don't know how to do it by hand, can you still do that in the graphing calculator? Okay? So just make sure you put these right here. Put these in what? Put those in parentheses. Okay? Because parentheses matter.